Feels like I'm being interrogated.
You are a little bit. We're just gonna give these guys a little bit better sound quality. And let's discuss what you're doing today. We're back from Bradenton. Andrew's hard at it.
We are back to some of our favorite jobs. The good old GM lifter failure.
The AFM system uses a valve lifter oil manifold, or V-loam. The V-loam delivers pressurized engine oil to 4 normally closed solenoids. Each solenoid regulates pressurized oil to the intake and exhaust lifters to deactivate selected cylinders 1, 4, 6, and 7. To deactivate AFM lifters, pressurized oil from the solenoid forces latching pins into the lifter body, allowing the outer portion to follow the camshaft lobe, while the inner portion remains stationary. To activate AFM lifters, the V-loam turns the solenoid off. As oil flow stops, spring pressure forces the latching pins out, locking the inner body to the outer body to engage the pushrod. A mistimed switch event may result in AFM lifter failure.
So what we do is we do a DOD AFM delete, which is the real fix to a 4-cylinder, 8-cylinder back and forth.
For the active fuel management?
Yes, like the cylinder shutdown. So what this does is we change the camshaft and the lifters, which is a complete delete of the 4-cylinder mode, which is a very common failure on the 07 and up GM vehicles. So this customer had a lifter failure. It was a cylinder 1 DOD lifter, which is laying right over there.
That's all the stock parts over here, right?
Yep, that's all stock parts. So along with these on the Gen 4s, we changed the valley cover and the front timing cover because you change the cam gear and it blocks off the oil galleys in the valley of the engine. So this one's getting a Cali's 210, 218 cam. We like those a lot. They have a really good sound, but they drive really well with the stock torque converter. All new gaskets, seals, everything that goes along with it. We don't skimp out on anything.
So back to the valley cover real quick. Now, does that eliminate the knock sensors, or do you have to have knock sensors on it once you do this?
So the Gen 4s and 5s, the knock sensors on the side of the blocks,
okay.
So that doesn't affect these ones at all. The Gen 3s are in the valley cover, but those don't have DOD, so you can keep the knock sensors or delete them, whatever your preference is. So knock sensors aren't affected on this. This just blocks off the oil galleries that go to the DOD lifters. So those are deleted, so now we have to block those off. Otherwise, it'll cause a loss of oil pressure. So new cam is in, new lifters are in, getting ready to bolt this valley cover on. Then I'll do...
What do you guys use for lifters on these DOD deletes?
These ones we use a... So these are just Delphi LS hydraulic roller lifter sets.
So nothing crazy, but something that's still affordable and it's going to be reliable.
Affordable, reliable. We've had really good luck with them. We use them a lot in like these daily driver applications, or for someone that doesn't want to spend more money on like a set of comps or Johnsons. They work really well. We've always had good luck with them, and again, that gets rid of the cylinder shut-off style lifters that are shown here. So this is a cylinder, a DOD lifter as they call it. This is what a good one looks like. The spring is still intact, everything is fine. This lifter was working fine. This lifter is collapsed. So what this causes is the lifter's collapse, so it doesn't have any movement on the push rod, which therefore causes the valve not to open, which causes a misfire. Poor design from GM to help with fuel mileage. So we're gonna get that finished up. We'll get some new head gaskets, head bolts, get the heads cleaned up. New springs, new seals, couple broken manifold bolts, we'll get those out. And then we'll get this thing wrapped up today or tomorrow and customer can come get it.
Perfect. So what's the newest vehicle you've done a DOD delete on?
I would say the newest would probably be something like the C7 Vets. We did that really big project for Denny with that blue C7. Even on the newer vehicles, it's still there. Even if it's a 2018, 2019, whatever you want to call it, race car, supercar, a car that comes factory with a supercharger should not have 4-cylinder mode. That's not what anyone buys it for. They're prone to failure, so we like to do that, get rid of it right out of the way. One less thing for failure later on down the road. When we do these, especially in the trucks and stuff, you don't have to do an aftermarket camshaft. They do offer basically a stock camshaft that's non-DOD, so it would drive just like stock. Everything pretty much retains the same, but it gets rid of that failure point, which is a big thing. When you spend thousands of dollars on a vehicle, you don't want to have to worry about a lifter failing, leaving you stranded. Thankfully, something like this, it was still drivable, but you don't want to continue driving it with a bad lifter because it can just lead to other problems inside the engine.
Perfect, son. Perfect. Good little update for people so they can see what you do day to day.
This is it right here. These are like if you
putting headers, long tubes, stuff like that on there.
We're gonna do a set of headers, catted Y pipe.
Yeah.
And
gotta have catted Y pipes.
Gotta have catted Y pipes. But yeah, we literally do everything that it needs along the way. So new timing gear, new bolts. There's a new cam retainer plate behind this cam gear. A lot of people reuse stuff like that. We don't. Just if you're already in here, why risk it? So new lifter trays, all new lifters, new head gaskets, new head bolts, manifold gaskets, valve seals, valve springs. Valve springs are a wearable item. Most people overlook that also. So even on a stock cam, when we do a stock replacement cam, we still change valve springs. This has 200, I believe, right around 212,000 miles on it. And luckily one hasn't broken yet, but they are a wearable item, and especially going to an aftermarket camshaft, you want to change your valve springs.